Hello, SVUE students. It is the week of March 1st. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now it's time for the Avid Spartan Pledge. I am an Avid Spartan, always prepared for the day, very respectful to all that come my way, intentionally safe and determined to exceed. I am an Avid Spartan, and today I will succeed. Avid Job Highlight. This week's Avid Job Highlight is out of this world. That's right, it's an astronaut. Astronauts work as a part of a crew or team, and each astronaut has a specific responsibility. Astronauts go through intense training and prepare for each of their space missions. This means they are tested physically, mentally, and academically. Depending on where they go and what they are researching, their job responsibilities change on each mission. Astronauts can be anything from a mission specialist to a commander on a ship. The more experience and background an astronaut has, the more responsibilities they have. On a mission, astronauts are tasked with fulfilling the terms of the purpose of the mission, as well as keeping the crew members and the ship safe. Astronauts often will observe the environment they fly to. There are a lot of experiments with each and every mission. Well, what degrees do you need to become an astronaut? You need a master's degree in a STEM field, including engineering, biological science, physical science, computer science, or mathematics. Make sure it's from an accredited institution. Some of the required skills to be an astronaut include having at least 2 years of related professional experience obtained after a degree completion, or at least 1,000 hours pilot in command time on jet aircraft. Also having leadership, teamwork, and communication. Classes you are taking now include Project Lead the Way. You learn a lot about STEM in Project Lead the Way. If you want to be an astronaut, you better start paying attention in there. Science is also a crucial class that you should very much focus on. And you need to be really good with math. There is a lot of calculations that go into each of these missions. And language arts is definitely beneficial. There are a lot of reports to write, as well as constant communication. Colleges that can help you on your journey to become an astronaut include University of Illinois, Illinois Institute of Technology, Northern Illinois University, and Western Illinois University. If you need a good joke to send someone over the moon, how do you know when the moon has had enough to eat? When it's full.
Black History Facts.
Guy Bluford is a former NASA astronaut who was the first African American to fly in space. He flew in 4 shuttle missions. Bluford's class of astronauts from 1978 included 2 other African Americans, Ron McNair, who later died on the Space Shuttle Challenger in 1986, and Fred Gregory, who after flying in space went on to become NASA's deputy administrator. I have a reminder for you. We are so excited to have more of you in the building, and I know it's been a long time since you've been in school, so I wanted to take the time to remind you of a few expectations. Well, not me, I guess. My friend, Jeannie.
Hi, my name is Jeannie. I'm not trying to be a meanie, but pants like me would be pleased if we didn't look like Swiss cheese. We're trying to reach our goals and not be full of holes. Masks are a must, but I trust you will adjust. One last thing, if you have the time, I've got one more dress code to rhyme. I know outside is chillin', but hoods should be down in the building. No leggings or violent graphics, that would be fantastic. So please do your best to be well dressed, and I will be impressed. Remember to follow the dress code, y'all.
Teacher Spotlight. Take it away, Mrs. Densing.
Today, we will be talking to Mrs. Baker.
Hello.
Hi, Mrs. Baker. So let's start off with college. Where did you attend school?
Well, originally, I went to Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville, down by St. Louis, and I studied nursing. I wanted to be a nurse. I had worked in hospitals for the longest time, and I really wanted to be a nurse. And then about halfway through that, I changed my mind and decided I wanted to be a teacher instead. And I ended up getting my bachelor's degree from Eastern Illinois University in special education. And I am currently in grad school right now at Northwest Missouri State, getting my master's in education in reading.
Well, that sounds like a lot of school going on. So You went from nursing to teaching. Like, how long did it take you to realize that what you really wanted to do was to be a teacher?
Well, ironically, I was in a class my senior year of high school called Health Occupations, where I got to leave school. I got to leave my senior year halfway through the day to go to the hospital and learn how to be a certified nursing assistant. So I was able to study to get my CNA certificate through that class and also get hands-on experience learning how to take vital signs like your blood pressure, your temperature, things like that, and how to take care of patients on a minimal basis. And I really couldn't decide at the time if I wanted to be a teacher or a nurse. I kept going back and forth. Like I said, I had worked in hospitals off and on for the longest time, and I really got tired of working holidays and weekends and things like that. And I wanted to find something that was more family friendly for when I had a family. And that's one of the reasons that I decided to switch to my second choice of teaching, was that I knew that it would be a job that would be family friendly, but I would also be able to make a difference and still use my medical background in some capacity.
Oh, how interesting. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds like a very good switch. When you were in 5th and 6th grade, what did you like to do?
When I was in 5th and 6th grade, I played softball, I ran track, I was involved in gymnastics and dance. So I had a lot of extracurricular activities that were going on.
Sounds like you were involved in a lot of different things.
Yes.
Let's get into a little bit of your home life. I know that you have a daughter, and I
Yes.
know that your daughter is crazy about getting a certain pet.
So we do not have any pets at home. And right now she is on a very big kick of trying to get her dad and I to get her a dog. She wants a Great Pyrenees, which if you Google it, it's a giant white fluffy dog. They're very cute, but they're very big. And Dad and I just aren't on board with it yet. So we'll have to see.
Now, what are some things you like to do in your spare time? You had mentioned that you like to clean.
I do. Cleaning is a stress reliever for me. So I like to clean. I like to organize. It just makes me less stressed whenever things are clean. I really enjoy reading. I like to sit out on our back patio and read during the summer and enjoy the weather. We have a pool, so we spend a lot of time in our pool during the summer, and we like to travel. We didn't get to do a lot of that this past year, obviously, but we are always excited to go to new places. One thing that my husband and I have been trying to do is we are trying to visit every Major League Baseball stadium in the United States. Go Cardinals, by the way.
Definitely go Cardinals. To wrap this all up, your quote that you would tell the kids to follow is, when given the choice between being right or being kind, choose kind. Can you tell me why that's important to you?
When given the choice between being right or being kind, choose kind. We may not always agree with what another person is saying or another person is doing. We might not think it's right, but we can always be kind.
Well, you know what? There's just not more to say on that. It's just true. You know, you never know what somebody might be feeling inside, and just being kind to them might really just make their day.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for this interview and being on Teacher Spotlight. I appreciated your time and your wanting to do this.
Mrs. Baker, it was sure good to have you on our show. And Mrs. Dunsing, thank you so much for hosting. Time for the special day of the week. While pets bring unconditional love and joy to our lives, not having opposable thumbs can present some limitations. On March 3rd, National If Pets Had Thumbs Day, we give the opportunity to imagine what lives would be like if our furry little friends had a little extra digit. Would they be used for good or evil? Time for the joke of the week. Why did the pet amphibian dream of having fingers? Because it was already toed. Time for a question for you. What is one of the only animals that also have thumbs? Have your teacher email me your answer to this week's question and get a class shout out. This week's shout out goes to Miss Fidel's class. The group of teenage activists that established National Skip the Straw Day was the Coral Keepers. Now let me leave you with one last word. fathom. Fathom is a verb that means to make a searching, exploratory investigation. Even though we are learning a lot about space, we are still trying to fathom even more. I'm Mr. Hubbard, and I'll see you next week.